Ellen DeGeneres and Pharrell Williams addressed the whole gospel singer Kim Burrell, the whole controversy, the homophobic remarks that she said in her sermon. They addressed that today on the Ellen DeGeneres show. They provided a clip. We're going to get to the clip of what they said. But before, the reason why that Ellen did not want Kim Burrell to appear on her show, because she was set to appear today to sing with Pharrell Williams a track. They're going to perform a track that's on the Hidden Figures soundtrack, the movie Hidden Figures. And we'll just listen to what she had to say.
You as a man will open your mouth and take a man's penis in your face. You are perverted. And you cannot tell me what thus saith the Lord. Come on. You're perverted. Right. Come on.
All right, so that went viral. And when that went viral, Ellen DeGeneres, she tweeted, I don't have it in front of me, but in so many words she tweeted, for those of you asking, Kim Burrell will not appear on my show on Thursday, and that's all she said. She did hint that she would talk about it later on, and she did today, and we're gonna get to that. But Pharrell, when that went viral, Pharrell posted this on Instagram: I condemn hate speech of any kind. There is no room in this world for any kind of prejudice. My greatest hope is for inclusion and love for all humanity in 2017 and beyond. And then also, I wanna read a little bit of her post. I think it's really great. Janelle Monáe, the actress in Hidden Figures. It's long, so I go to her Instagram, read the whole thing, but I'll highlight a part of it that I think is really powerful. She wrote on Instagram, first she shared Pharrell's post. Then she wrote in her own words, she says, I will rejoice when folks stop thinking they are God, Jesus' assistant, picking and choosing what sins are acceptable in the Bible and using the Bible as a whip. We can't afford any more tearing down of our shared humanity. My advice, if your religion is causing you to spew out words of hate, judge, or look down on others because of who one loves, then you need to change it and fast. If the religion don't make you a more loving or better person, ditch it. So go ahead and check that out, and then let's see what's going to appear later today on Ellen's show. This is Ellen DeGeneres and Pharrell addressing it. Watch.
We have to talk about this before we go. You were supposed to do a different song,
yeah,
and you were supposed to perform it with a singer that I didn't know her. Her name is Kim Burrell,
yeah,
and she made a statement. She was doing a Facebook Live, and she said some very not nice things about homosexuals.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel like that was good of me to have her on the show, to give her a platform after she's saying things about me. So I'm going to let you talk about it for a minute.
Well, there's no space, there's no room for any kind of prejudice in 2017 or moving on. Like, there's no room. She's a fantastic singer. She's, and I love her, just like I love everybody else. And we all got to get used to that. We got to get used to, we all have to get used to everyone's differences and understand that this is a big, gigantic, beautiful, colorful world. And it only works with inclusion and empathy. It only works that way.
Yep. Agreed.
Live and let live, love and let love.
Yep.
Well said, Pharrell. Thoughts, 5 words or less?
A homophobic gospel singer? Kimpossible.
Is this gospel Pharrell?
Homophobia is so gay.
Not very DeGeneres of her.
Nice!
So let's first, I want your opinion on, before we get to what Ellen and Pharrell just said, what did you guys think when you first saw her sermon? And if you didn't see, I'm not sure what portion we're going to show on the sermon, but basically she said in so many words that homosexuals are perverted. And she did say something too. It was so hard to understand her because she went on a big rant and you heard people cheering. She said something about like their parish in 2017.
We're gonna die. I mean, this is sad for me.
Bummer.
2017 is
You're
my
gonna
last
die.
year. I'm gonna die.
Sucks.
And not for like any, like car related or anything that would actually affect my life. It's just the gayness.
Because you're in love with someone.
Yes, and it's gonna kill me. I love her so much.
She's not wrong. I mean, I am very perverted, so it makes sense. Not all of us, though. Just some.
I watched Brokeback Mountain. Am I okay?
No, you
I was
gotta
like,
go.
but I was like, oh, you guys are in love. Like, I got it. Does that make me gay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm gonna get smoked.
But okay, so serious though now, because I thought, this is for Ellen. Ellen has always been one to, she does get very she'll take her moments to be to push like any sort of or stand up for any political or social agenda. And so for her, and this is clearly personal for her, a lot of people before Ellen made that decision, a lot of people were tweeting her. What are you going to do? Did you see this video? She's supposed to appear on your show because they advertise who's going to appear on Ellen's show like a week before they actually come on. So a lot of people were wondering how Ellen was going to handle it. Did you guys think that she handled it the right way?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
like the unfair people
She
are going to
got
say
some-
like,
she
why
got
are
some
you the
pushback.
thought police? I thought you were for free speech for everybody.
Yeah.
And the smart people are the ones who are saying, well, if you have a show, it's kind of like a party at your house. And if you don't like someone, if they do something that rubs you the wrong way, you don't have to invite them to the party at your house. So Ellen's like, all right, not only am I going to uninvite you, but I'm going to tell everyone why I uninvited you in a very level-headed, fair way.
And that's because people were asking, though, too. She didn't go out of her way to say this isn't, you're not coming on my show because of the hateful things that you said. People were picking and poking. If you read on Twitter, people were constantly asking her. And then she did receive some pushback, but I agree with you. I think that you described it in such a perfect way. And why would you give someone a platform that is spewing hate speech? This is 2017.
And also, Kim already has her own platform. So people that are arguing about free speech, Kim was able to, she had this moment in a church setting where she was really fired up, and you can tell that the people around her were in agreement with what she was saying. She gets fired up. Then after these remarks go viral, she sits down, and in what we can assume was a measured response on Facebook Live, that is her platform that she is allowed to with her own free speech. She says, and this is one of my favorite excuses that Christians will make for, if they're homophobic, they'll say, it's I love you, and God loves you, but I don't make the rules and you're sinning. Just like, and then they equate it to, just like murder is a sin, just like the gambling is a sin, and you are, this is good too. They say that you're infected with the homosexual spirit. That's what she used the term spirit. And this is basically a way, and it's really, really damaging for kids because then they're like, there is something wrong with me. That if you are infected with a spirit, that's like a demon, like I'm possessed with a gay demon, and so there is something inherently wrong with me that has infected me, and it is not, I have either chosen this, or maybe now we're moving away from that because that's not so popular to say it's a choice. It's like, no, it's not your fault that you are sick.
Right.
You are infected with this, but you still are sick. And so I think that when it might have been a little bit different if Kim had sat down on her Facebook Live, spoken to her audience and said, you know what? I got caught up in the moment. We know that there are a lot of Christian communities that are very homophobic. I was infected with the homophobic spirit, and I was spewing this shit, and I'm sorry, and I apologize. But that's not what she did at all.
That's even a cop-out. But yeah, I get why you're saying that. Like, that's a way you can
It would have been,
position
yeah,
it.
and then maybe she would have gone back on the show.
The moment, like, the weird thing is, like, when I see a video like this, and help me through this, but like, when I see it's like, oh, this sermon happened, watch this. I'm like expecting, when I see like the lectern and someone, preaching, I am ready for like some weird hateful speech. And like the transition from Judaism to Christianity, I went to a Catholic school and they're always like positioning it as like, God wasn't the vengeful spirit, is no longer the vengeful spirit like the 10 commandments are the 10 things you can't do or you'll go to hell. They're the Beatitudes. It's like, here's how to be. Blessed are the meek. Blessed are the this. Blessed are the that. Here are the good things. God is love. But it's like, why does it turn out so hateful in all these videos that I see?
In some of them, because Grace, you come from I look at you, you're a Christian, you come from a very strong faith-based household. Your dad is a pastor, right?
Yeah.
And you embrace everything that Pharrell was talking about, inclusion and empathy and love and not judging. And so there is a difference. There's a lot of great Christians out there that also...
But I also understand where Brett's coming from as well, because I do watch a lot of homophobic sermons in my spare time. I don't know, I need to get a hobby. But I do watch them because it's interesting to be reading the same book as these people, or as people who hate me so much and hate my girlfriend and I and our lives together so much, and we're reading the same book that for me is such a source of comfort and love and the teachings of Jesus. Whether or not you believe in religion or you think it's magic or whatever, they can be a source of inspiring people to be better and to be kinder to one another and to care about those who are less fortunate than you. And when I hear it interpreted in such a perverse way, not to use that word against you, Kim Burrell, but when I hear it interpreted in that way, it's kind of oddly fascinating for me because it is absolutely not how I have come to know the Christian faith. And a lot of people in my life who are also Christian, shitty Christians like myself, that we don't feel that way about the book, or about the teachings. So when you hear it interpreted in that way, it's a little shocking. And that there was a whole room full of people that were like, yeah, and then they were like, fuck Ellen, shit, take it back, because like the biggest talk show host in the world right now is
Good for
a
her.
wonderful, kind, empathetic
She
lesbian.
lives by
I don't
example.
understand how you would think those things about gay people and then want to be on Ellen's show in the first place.
I know.
What's up with that?
Yeah.
Also, okay, free speech is a thing, but hate speech is also a huge thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, okay, that logic just doesn't make sense.
And you
I
know
want
she-
this,
yes,
but
yes.
I hate this.
And you
but
know
I
she-
still want it.
Right, you know
but I
she
hate
couldn't
it.
wait to be on Ellen. She could
Yes.
not wait to be on Ellen, but you're calling Ellen a pervert. You're saying that she's going to
You're
perish
saying
in
all those
2017.
things about Ellen.
She's sick.
What if she'd invited the woman on and just had a conversation with her?
That would have been interesting.
That would have been very interesting.
If
yeah.
she was prepared to really address, like what you said, like that cop out, that don't I don't hate you, I hate the sin. Like if she was prepared to really like, God, I would love if she would have had a conversation and got her there, because so many people use that. So many people
she
use
would have gone
that.
soft like Trevor Noah and Tommy Larry.
Who knows? I don't know.
I do think that's a
know.
really good point. If you had, Ellen sit down with Kim and have a conversation, because I think in a lot of cases, what I've come across personally is that people that are very viscerally homophobic, a lot of times they haven't put a face to that homophobia. So if I sit down with someone and I say, hi, I'm Grace, and I have a girlfriend, and I've known I was gay for a long time, and also I love hiking, and I love this music, and maybe
They'll
we
be
have
like,
something
it
in
makes
common.
sense that you like hiking.
They'd be like,
Gabe.
yeah, we predicted that.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you
the
drive a
tattoos
Subaru?
gave it away.
Okay.
But like a lot of times they don't have a face to when they're preaching this hate, they can't imagine a person receiving it. But like a face of
All
someone.
they think
like,
about
like,
is
say that to
gay
me.
sex. They never think about people as people. They
And
always
she's-
think about the act of sex.
That's
and that
so-
bothers me so
yes.
much because it's so much more. Like I don't look at people and think about like their straight sex. Like it's just weird.
I do too.
Oh, you
all the
do?
time.
Oh,
with
Bree,
you on
that's
that.
such a good point, because if we didn't, if you listen to the whole sermon, she goes on and on to say about a guy like shaking his penis in front of a guy's face, and
God.
and yeah, and
What about a guy shaking his penis in front of my face?
Right. And why not?
Why don't you ever think about me and my needs?
Why don't you think about dicks in front of Bree's face for a change?
Ever?
Why
God.
not focus on the love? Why not focus
For
on
real, Pharrell. And honestly, I loved his response, and I love Janelle Monáe. Can we please talk about how much Janelle Monáe is killing it
Yeah,
right now?
This is
She is.
her
I
year.
know.
Her response was amazing.
Yeah.
But also, like,
know.
her acting career
Her
is like
acting is
taking
unbe-
off, and
I
she's
know.
amazing, and
I know.
Moonlight was so
Moonlight,
good. Oh my
she's-
God, I love
she's
her.
so good in Moonlight, and I'm sure she's so good in Hidden Figures. But yeah, and I love what she said on Instagram.
I don't like Pharrell's statement.
Why?
Just the beginning of it. I think he
Wait, the Instagram or the Ellen DeGeneres?
on the show. I love that Pharrell's Instagram quotes Pharrell. That was fantastic. It was like, be nice, quote Pharrell. But when he says we got to get used to it, it's like, yeah, it's weird. It doesn't make sense. His statement doesn't really make sense. I hope he just started by saying we've got to get used to it, because in a way, I don't want to get used to it. Because
No, I think he said it from the other way around. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. I got it that he was saying the people that aren't inclusive and that aren't empathetic and are so
they have to
stuck
get
in their
used to it.
thinking, they have to
Yes.
get used to all the different colors and all the different people out there. That's what I took
Okay,
it.
good.
But maybe
that helped.
you're right.
That was it. No, you're right.
I think
you're right.
That's
I
a
think you're
better way to do it.
Okay.
Because I was like, I hate, because people are like, listen, folks are just like this. And I don't
Well,
like that.
yeah, and that's what I don't like also is like these apologetic statements that you get from people that are really sort of patronizing, or they're talking
Yeah.
down to you, or it's like, it's not your fault. Like, and I tolerate you. I tolerate everything about you. I'm so tolerant. It's like, I don't want you to be, you don't need to be tolerant. I'm not doing anything to you. Unless we do sit down and talk, and then.
It definitely
or if we do
implies
have
that
gay
you're not
sex
better
something
than
to
me.
be tolerated.
Yeah, and I
It's
hate
like,
how they think that they're better, that they can wave their finger. It
Yeah.
really bothers me.
Guys,
Yeah.
do you think Pharrell is ever unhappy?
All right, we're going to leave it on that
Lift
note.
this table.
We're going to leave it on that now. Please share your thoughts. This was a great conversation to have. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. And we'll see you next time on Popular.